Hey God.
Well, we're back with the final hour of this week's A Song of Tara, and the characters have just started, or rather, Taliesin has just started a playback of a recorded message or something on the television, and well, I warned my players about this before we started, so I'm just going to have to read this out. She looks into the screen. Victoria looks at the or into the screen and speaks. And you realize immediately when she begins to speak that her voice sounds different. As in, normally when you've heard her, the few times you've heard her actually say something, she's spoken with a fairly thick American accent. She doesn't. It's gone. And instead, she speaks with something approximating a Dublin lilt.
Oh,
Interesting.
And she smiles and says, "My dear enemies, I guess it's time to put the cards on the table. No more American accent, no more Victoria Rogers. Let's leave all that behind. Hello, my name is Mary. It's been my pleasure to be your enemy for the past several years. But no more. When you see this, I have left Dublin. However, I'm going to tell you a little story, my story. Not because I expect to garner sympathy from you. I don't expect it, and I don't want it. What I want is for you to know the truth, because lies are tuppence a dozen and truth is precious, especially when it comes from someone you have as much legitimate reason to hate as you do me. I'm telling you this because you've been worthy adversaries, and more than once you came close to upsetting me plans over the years I've been in Dublin. Close, but no cigar, as the Americans would say. You see, I've spent almost 100 years in planning this entire thing. Takes a lot to derail a plan like that. You may not think so, but I respect you. I don't fear you. I know myself and know what I can do, and if I feared you, you would already have won. I'm not so foolish that I would ever underestimate you, however. Which is why you were instrumental for me to carry out my plan. A plan that involved me spending decades ingratiating myself with the Prince of Dublin. Decades of planning and preparing and plotting, but it wasn't without reason. As you may know, Connor had a bit of a reputation for killing young women. He killed me too, or so he thought. I was lucky. Someone found me as I was bleeding out in a gutter in Dublin. Have you got any idea what it's like to lay there and watch your own life's blood slowly run past your eyes into the sewers? Somehow I doubt it, but I do. Fortunately for me, I was found and saved and brought back from the brink, only to be pushed over it and into darkness of an entirely different kind. You can't imagine that kind of horror. First, you're certain that you found pure bliss and happiness with the most charming, beautiful creature in creation. Then horror, pain, and fear at a complete betrayal of your trust. Then terror as you realize you're dying, slowly and in agony, unable to save yourself. Then blessed relief at salvation. And then renewed horror when that salvation is turned into utter damnation. You have no earthly idea what that is like. I swore I'd get even with him. He'd killed so many that he didn't even remember me. I knew he wouldn't. You see, I visited Dublin in 1923, right after the country became independent. Very nearly 2.25 centuries had gone by since my death, and I was still terrified that he'd recognize me. But he didn't. In his arrogance, he'd long since forgotten who I was. In life, you see, I was of no importance. No one cared. Officially, I died. They took me and put me in a casket and buried me in St. Mary's graveyard up in Howth. A cheap burial for a cheap whore, so they said. I heard them through the coffin lid. I heard the priest say to those few people who bothered to turn up at the funeral that I died of the bloody flux. A fever, sickness, not bleeding out from having my carotid artery torn open as the truth was. No, they blamed dysentery. I heard the dirt hit the casket when they covered it, and then I had to fight my way out. So I did. It should have broken me mind, but instead it left me hating Connor so passionately I spent 224 years in England's colonies in North America, later the United States, before returning to Dublin, all just to prepare, plan, grow stronger, and he didn't remember me. I flattered him, spoke to his ego, made the most of myself. At first, he wanted to kill me when he learned of my allegiance to the spot, but alas, I can be terribly charming when I have to be, or when I want to be. So I pretended to throw myself at his tender mercies, promised to bring dozens of converts to his precious Camarilla, which is how it came about that he allowed the Sabbat to move into Temple Bar. All I needed, I told him, was a little bit of time. I promised to keep him informed of all my plans, a pledge I obviously honoured more in the breach than anything else. I even allowed him to feed me his blood to bind my will to his. The sad fool didn't know that I could have swilled every drop of it and never been bound anyway, but he thought he had me under control, and I played my part oh so well. In the end, all I needed was two things: Neve's death and a war to lose. Making the two things overlap became so easy when you stumbled into the game. I will say this for the Guru: you have an extraordinary, blessed gift of violence. I'm genuinely impressed. But regardless of this gift, making sure your friend Aaron died was only a matter of how many lives I was willing to sacrifice in the process. Well, I would sacrifice as many as it took. Life is cheap when you've seen as many of them thrown away as I have over the centuries. I hold no illusions about that, nor do I for 1 second pretend it doesn't make me a monster. The thing is, I am what I am, and I neither regret anything nor do I deny that I'm having fun. And before you call me evil, horrible, and vile, ask Connell if he doesn't take an almost sexual kind of pleasure in ripping the arms of a vampire and beating it to death with the wet ends, even if that vampire has never in its entire existence done a damn thing to him, even if that vampire was someone willing to help him. I'm not so different from some of you, though I suspect you will keep telling yourselves that you are nothing like me. In the end, we are all apex predators, all of us. We're all monsters, but at least I can be honest about it. I'm not trying to excuse my behavior because I have nothing to apologize for. Had Aaron seen an opportunity to kill me, he would have. As it was, I saw an opportunity to kill him, and it served a greater purpose. Taryn should be grateful. Had I not killed him, I would have gone after her instead. But Aaron was alone just long enough for me to take advantage of it, and as I had planned, you lost all semblance of control. It was war as I had wanted it. Became easy to get rid of Neve after that happened. I have known where Eloise and Tancred were for over 150 years. I knew precisely what to do to wake them, and coupled with the carnage unleashed by bringing every Garou in Dublin down upon the vampires, you cannot imagine the sheer, unadulterated pandemonium this created amongst my kind. Over the last few days, Connor lost friends and allies left, right, and centre. All the vampires I'd promised to convert to his side, you massacred with such extreme diligence in Bully's Acre. His own numbers were dwindling rapidly. My own allies killed a lot of them and blamed you. You were obliging enough to come looking for trouble in Temple Bar one night, and I sent out his seneschal to talk to you. As expected, you killed her. I should thank you for that. Connor never caught on to what had really happened. He probably would have, but alas, there wasn't enough time for him to put two and two together. I suppose I should feel sorry for you, not having had the pleasure of seeing how haggard he became. Oh, how the mighty have fallen, me dears. When I finally killed him, he was a pale reflection of himself, frightened of his own shadow, certain that I was the only friend he had left that he could truly trust. He had nothing left to fight you off with, and while he himself was a capable fighter, he'd have stood no chance against you if you'd come at him as a group. His guards were gone, his weapons. Oh, that reminds me, your raid on his ammunition stores? That was a stroke of genius, may I add, and it left even me vulnerable. It was a nice reminder to never underestimate the Garou in the future. You are truly worthy opponents in all your savagery and bloodlust. Anyway, I've had a good time in Dublin, but I lived in that city, and I died in it, and I doubt I'll ever return. There's nothing for me there anymore. Oh well. Savor your victory, and believe me, it is truly a victory. I know you think it isn't, because I got away, but you've done something truly remarkable. You have cleansed Dublin of vampires. With Connor dead and me being gone, it's over. There's no kindred power structure left in the city. You see, it was my hand that rocked the cradle, making the kindred jump with fear at the prospect of two ancients returning to wreak merry havoc on their interminable unlives. It was my hand that guided you from afar by setting everything in motion and sequence as I had planned it. If you felt I was a step ahead of you at all times, my dears, it's because I was. But only because I have prepared this since your great-grandparents were still on the planning table. And of course it was my hand that called in the MacAlpins, and it was me who whispered in Alistair MacAlpin's ear that he could have what he desired the most: immortality, If only his clan made certain to utilize all their spiritual power and influence to block off access to the city for any supernatural beings, as well as making it possible for such creatures to leave. Of course, the McAlpins are simple creatures, and they saw it as an excellent excuse to attack Tara. There's no point denying it. I had planned for that as well. It put your entire people on a war footing and made you all more aggressive. It made you feel like your backs were up against the wall, and nothing is as dangerous as a werewolf when cornered. You will tear the fabric of the world asunder and drown us all in an ocean of blood, but you will do so gloriously. And because, for all your formidable abilities and for all your pretense that you make rational choices, even the calmest, most peaceful amongst you are stone-cold killers. To your kind, violence is typically the first solution, and the second, and the third. It makes you easy to manipulate. The trick, of course, is not to get caught up in the carnage when you do fly off a handle, as you inevitably do. In short, when Aaron died, you were already boiling. His death was simply the equivalent of throwing a lit match into a bathtub full of petrol. Spectacular, explosive, and extremely dangerous. But it worked, and now you have won. Dublin is free of, what is it you call us, leeches? With a bit of policing and due diligence, I'm sure that it'll stay that way for good. That, however, is up to you to ensure. I will drink a toast to you when I learn of your deaths. Not in triumph, but because, believe it or not, I hold you all in very high regards. Without you, I would not have had my revenge. Drinking Connor dry and leaving him as a heap of dust was the culmination of over 300 years of existence. You made it possible. Even though you forced me to adjust my plans on very short notice a few times, that made this a challenge, and for that I thank you. I do apologize for disappointing you and already being gone. I hope that my leaving Reinhardt to die under your claws serves as proof of my respect and my admiration for you. He was a truly despicable character, believe me. You've made the world a better place by killing him. Oh, right, I almost forgot. Could you please do me a favour and have that dreadful statue of me torn down? It looks nothing like me. In case you wonder which statue, just remember that Molly is a nickname for Mary. Live well.
Before anyone else says something, just fucking... Oh, what is that?
Who's playing music?
Whoever it is needs to stop it.
It comes from the TV.
Well, maybe so, but like I was about to say, before anyone else says anything, fist through the screen.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, at the same time you're doing that, Taliesin picks up the nearest non-fixed to the ground object and throws it at it. And yells very loudly doing so.
So I've spent 2 willpower points for Connor not to fly into a rage. So oddly enough, he's standing there, arms across his chest, and just
hyperventilating, but he's calm enough to not fly off a handle.
Yep.
I think Shiva turns into a human and starts laughing.
I think Connor joins in.
The note with her hand, I think she was in... Yeah, last I said she was in Homid. So with her hand bleeding from, glass from the screen, looks at those two... Oh, wait, no. Modern screens don't have glass.
No, they have
modern
this
TV.
Plastic thing, so yeah.
Yeah, okay, so she's probably not bleeding.
No.
Bleeding, she's just hurting.
Yeah.
Looks at those two. Great. 2 of us snapped.
Yeah. And then after having got that out of his system, letting all that happen, Taliesin straightens up, adjusts his jacket and cap, and then just said, and then says to the TV, very neutrally, "Thank you for the compliment. We're done here."
Yeah, we really are.
Oh,
Wow. I don't know whether to clap or cry.
how fucking dare she? How dare she start off telling us about how awful it is to die and watch your own blood seep away, as she has killed so many.
Dare she?
The fact.
How dare she? She is a vampire. She admits she's a monster. She has no moral qualms. That's how dare she!
She has no fucking rights to complain about what it felt for her to die. I would love to make her feel it again.
One day. One day. But not
You know, that's kind of the thing that she said made us so easy to manipulate.
now. Yeah.
The point?
Well, maybe if we don't want that to happen again, we should consider reacting differently.
Maybe. But right now I need to let the rage flow. So that when the time comes to... When I leave this dank place behind me, I'll be calm. But we need to get back home.
Yeah.
So wait, we're not going after her?
Do you know where she is?
No, but we'll find her.
I look... I...
Sept.
Oh, sorry?
We can't leave the sept.
No, we
Karen
can't.
just looks at Connell.
Yeah. Sally doesn't say anything, he just looks at Connell with 1,000-yard stare.
Shiva mostly looks thoughtful, but she looks kind of sad.
Taryn looks surprisingly neutral.
And
So-
Venna looks at Shiva's sad face. So, are you also a bit annoyed that you will never be able to enjoy the song about Molly Malone again, or?
To be honest, I'm a bit annoyed that I can't help feel incredibly impressed. But I guess I'm relieved.
So you guys do remember she killed Aaron, yes?
Yes.
And we're not running after her.
Well, even if we could, which we can't, we don't know where to start.
Oh. She has been in here, but
No, but we will never find out where to start if we don't start running after her.
Jon, did I have any idea of how long it's been since she was in this room?
You'd say within the last 12 hours. Maybe the last 16. No later than that.
Connell, the only place we have to start is with her scent right here, and the trail is half a day old.
Okay. Let's just give up on avenging our fallen brother. Sure. It's cool.
You know, that might just be the smartest thing to do.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
Are you seriously standing there saying that we should forgive and forget that
She's out of
Victoria.
town already.
murdered
Most
our
likely.
brother?
She's already out of town. And we can't leave the sept. We are the only Baru
Fucking
in
neighbor.
Dublin.
So you guys can find your own way home, right?
I didn't
Yeah.
say it was the right or the nice thing. I said it was the smartest thing.
Connell starts walking out.
Right? Okay.
So Finna looks a little bit at Connell and at the rest, and then, well, he's gonna need someone with a good nose. Changes
You'll
into
get
Lucas.
yourselves killed, Finna. Okay?
Yeah.
Right. As they go off, Kalliasin looks back to Taran and just says, "Do you think we might find anything here that could lead us to Sandy or the others?"
We can try.
Please do.
There's nothing else here. Not in the other rooms, but I can try. Stop Connell before he gets us all killed, will you?
No, he needs to do this himself. If he sees me and I say anything, he will kill me.
Hmm.
I want him to be safe, I want our pack to be safe, but I am not prepared to lay down my life at his claws for this.
Our rage, our greatest weapon and biggest weakness.
I love that you just hear Connell's
Round.
chuck. I just love that you hear Connell's chuckle, even though he's well out of the room. And
Yeah.
just we all... Jesus Christ. Yeah.
So that there is my role to actually follow the scent that's left of Victoria.
You realize that very quickly that it's an absolutely hopeless task.
Figured as much.
You can follow it for a little while, but as soon as you get out into actual traffic in the street, it's just no. There's no way.
Yeah. That's the question. Is Connell prepared to become Ronin for this?
If you ask Connell at this very instance, then probably.
Yes, but that's the thing. Connell is fickle in his rage.
He certainly is. He's very much a creature of passion, not so much a creature of long-term planning.
That is definitely the reason why Taliesin's let him go, because he needs to work out he can't do this by himself.
Well, Aine, may I assume that Connell was following Finna's nose when she decided to join him?
Actually, if Finna catches up to him, he'll insist.
She immediately followed him in Lucas.
Yeah.
Okay, then he'll actually turn around and insist she stay where they are, before he'll walk off.
Well, she then still follows the trail as fast as she can, and then I don't know if Connell just walks off or if he, goes in the direction that Victoria's definitely been, which is the direction that Finn is going.
Actually, Connell's just going to his car and driving out to where the Duracell wall is.
Okay.
Yep.
And spend some time furiously trying to find some way to get past it.
Well, it's no longer there when you get it.
Oh.
Of course it isn't.
Well, then,
damn it!
then Connell might just drive off into the night.
Yeah.
Guys, a whole new world has opened up to our characters.
We should try getting to Tara then.
But then again, that takes a while for him to get out there, and you guys don't know if he's even going to let you know that it's gone. But so we'll go back to the rest of you while Connell drives off into the great wide yonder.
And Finna returns the moment she has lost track. So.
So, with Tally and Taran still in the dungeon of death, do we find any evidence as to the location of our wayward vampiric allies?
Nope, none.
Well, shit. Yeah, they're gone. They're just gone, aren't they? We'll keep searching until we find evidence that they are well and truly dead. But yeah, in that case, do Tally and Taran meet to confirm with each other that we find nothing, Vaya?
Sure.
Then after that, I think Taliesin... You see Taliesin, for the first time in a long time, actually just deflate. That's the moment he's admitting defeat to himself. Let's go home.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I've never heard a group of players so dejected after having just cleared out a whole city.
This is World of Darkness.
Yes.
If you clearing out a city, we'll brag about it later, we'll make it an epic, wonderful thing, but this is the best kind of victory for World of Darkness because it is bittersweet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really
Very
is.
much so.
Joan, you're forgetting the true nature of the one that got away, right?
Yep.
There is this sea of ladies, but there is this one that got away and that ruins everything for you.
That's true. That's true.
No, but no, I think considering that every other vampire in the entirety of Dublin that we know of has been wiped out, that's a pretty fitting send-off for Aaron.
Yeah.
Probably not every vampire, but everyone that had a claim to power.
Basically,
Yeah.
as the storyteller put it, their entire power structure, the very thing that... Basically, we've ruined some other group's Vampire the Masquerade game.
Yes.
When we get outside, is it still daytime?
Yes, it is.
Then Taryn calls the people at Tara.
Yeah.
Oh, and incidentally, I'm just gonna add that here to I realize that normally vampires are not awake during daytime hours, even if they're underground, but there is a reason for it. So
They can wake up, but
can,
they're
they
really
can.
weak during the day.
yes, at least
They're
normally they are.
usually very weak during the day.
Yes,
if they're
normally they
woken
are
up.
definitely.
Yeah.
And they can't walk out, so he was really a trapped little thing.
Yes.
Yes, that's a good point. If we're walking back, that gives us time to make a few calls.
Taryn
you
is
know what
calling
I would've-
at Tara, hoping one of them will pick up.
Guys, we could have killed Reinhardt in a much cooler way. We could have chased him all the way up into the streets and watched him burn.
Yeah.
It
Taryn
doesn't
just
sound like a
looks
cool
up
way.
Finna.
It sounds really hot.
I think she
Taryn
said cruel.
looks at Finna and then
I
goes.
did say cool, but we could go with cool as well.
Yeah. Aya? Sorry.
Taryn just looks at Finna with a very tired look and says, "You do realize he wouldn't get a tan no matter what we tried, right?"
Haley looks at Aya and says, "You do realize I was out of out of character, right?"
No,
No.
I didn't.
Well,
Because
now
you're
you do.
talking in your Finna way.
Okay.
I was really just talking in my own, not taking anything seriously way.
Okay. Well, Taryn still tries to get a.
Yeah, well, whatever. Now it was in character.
Is anyone of the group that's still here still injured or suffering from aggro?
Yes.
Yes.
I might use Mother's Touch on you. That
Well-
might be nice. That might be nice.
Touch me, mommy.
Yeah.
Ah!
Mm.
Yes. Yes.
Joan, in case you haven't noticed, I sent you a whisper in
Oh,
chat.
I did not see that. I am
Okay,
going to
so-
check right now.
Just an idea.
You know what's really
Yes.
annoying about Victoria
Okay,
getting
I'll
away
right
again?
back here.
There's I think there's a second or third level Ragabash gift that just lets you track anyone that you know of anywhere.
That would be nice.
That's pretty cool.
If it's not too much, I think Shiva might actually try calling Mary.
Yeah.
You know, her Mary.
Yeah.
Not the one that got away.
Nope.
Because we've had. Is it 3 Marys now or just 2?
I'm just
Well-
thinking
That's you.
if our little Shiva is going to change her name, that she's been calling herself Molly for a while now.
Yeah, but her last name, her pseudonym doesn't include a Malone, so it's. Yeah, who knows? 2 8s and a 1. Is that 1 success or 2? For
That's
month,
one.
just the 1. Okay, so 1 health level then.
Well, at least I'm at no penalties now. Finna's just bruised.
Lovely.
Thanks.
How many times can you do that?
Dunno. Assume as long as I've got Gnosis.
You use
No,
Gnosis, but if you run out of Gnosis, then
Yeah.
tough luck for you because it takes ages to get it back. Who else is hurt?
Me.
Oh,
How
do you want-
much?
I am actually quite hurt, I think. Well, I'm not quite hurt, but
I'll do one.
I am at -3 HP. All hit levels.
What? -3 HP?
Oh, I've taken 3 health levels of damage.
What's your current rage?
2, I think. Yeah, 2.
Okay, then I can do it, no problem. It's intelligence plus empathy. So that is 7. Not plus anything. There you go.
Well,
You get
I'm-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 health levels back.
I imagine I feel just fine.
It just, you feel a little better. Poke!
Yeah, I'd say Taliesin once again feels quite feeble and incapable.
Yes, Finna gives him just that look that says, and you only just did this.
He
Looks at him. Well, could you heal me because I cannot do it myself?
how many health levels are you missing?
3.
Is that aggro or just lethal?
Yeah, they're aggravated. That is why they're not gone.
Yep.
I don't know, you might
You all took only aggravated damage in this.
Except Taliesin, because he's a dodgy motherfucker.
Yes, he is dodgy.
He's
Yes.
very
Dodgy character.
There you go. That's 1. Again.
No, that is 3 because my current rage is 1.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so 3 health levels.
I have 2 rage normally, but I used 1. So
By using
I feel
Gnosis,
fine.
willpower, and rage, Taliesin's now feeling quite tired.
But you
But-
do see that everything that happened to Terran is now gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, there's been no response to the attempt to call Tara yet, has there?
Well, I couldn't really burst in with that in the middle of all the rolls and talking.
Sorry,
That's
yeah.
true. But Shiva did try to call Mary.
Yes, and you do get her on the line. It takes a little while, and it rings, and then she picks it up. Yeah.
I think the first thing she hears is just a sigh of relief. Hi.
Hi. Are you all right?
I'd say humiliated, but all right.
Humiliated. How's that?
Yeah. I think the situation in the city is pretty much over. And I think it's mostly because Victoria wanted it to be.
What the fucking hell? That we've the attacks out here. They stopped like about, I don't know, 20 minutes ago. Just
That
from one
seems
second,
appropriate.
from 1 second to the other, they just all withdrew, vanished, faded away, and we're having people coming in, incoming assistance from. What about the others in Dublin? What about the rest of the sept? Are they okay?
Oh, they haven't arrived yet?
Are you? How could they get out here? That's. No.
They went through the flux realm.
Oh shit. No, that they're not here.
I don't know anything about the flux realm other than it's bad. Do you need to go after them or something?
It's pure chaos. That's not for me to decide, but I'll definitely let the others
Alright.
know.
I'll give you a brief summary and then
Yeah,
you
you
can
do
go.
that. Yeah, you do that.
Alright, so basically everything was planned by Victoria
Right.
to eradicate Connor for having tried to kill her.
Right.
So she brought in the Black Spiral dancers, the Sabbat, everything. And, well, the aftermath is a vampire-free Dublin.
Also, I'd like to point out.
We were just pawns.
Yeah. Just like to point out that yes, I've just realised that Shiva has just used a term for vampires that Mary may not even know yet.
It's true,
Yeah.
but you didn't think about that.
That's
So
fine.
You're basically saying that you're sitting in a leech-free city, and
Well-
you sound like you're on your way to your own funeral.
As I said, I'm feeling rather humiliated having been a pawn in a game, having been used and thrown away as soon as it was done, but I guess things are looking up.
I think you and I, when I get back from out here, I think we're going to have a few words about what constitutes a victory. Because if we don't have any leeches in Dublin, trust me, that's a victory.
I'm sure I'll be able to celebrate once I've rested. Please, give Ross my regards, or our regards.
I definitely will, and Shiva,
Yeah?
give all the others a hug, and tell them that we're all really, well, we're all proud of them, at least those of us who are left.
Yeah. I'll do that.
All right. Take care.
Take care.
She hangs up.
Shiva turns to Tally. Starts by giving him a hug.
Yeah, I was about to say, you do that, and if you try to pull away, you won't be able to. he just starts shaking, and you hear the beginnings of sobbing.
And then from Finna comes the word, litany.
She is promptly ignored.
By a sound that sounds like a slap when Taryn hits her over the back of her neck.
I abort to a defensive action.
Dodge slap.
Yeah.
Lightning reflexes, bitch.
Yeah, it only lasts a little bit, and then he'll collect himself. But yeah, it's been a bit much.
You all right?
As
good as can be, I assume.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Well,
I got through to Mary.
That's good.
And she told me that we should definitely celebrate having a vampire-free city.
Yeah.
And that they'll all be very proud of us. Also, on a more unpleasant note, the others haven't arrived yet.
What?
Do we have any idea how fast it was supposed to be?
No, but Mary said that the Flux realm is pure chaos, so...
A very bitter, hollow laugh from Tally now.
So with any luck, they'll show up yesterday?
Yeah. What did you say, Tally?
So more for Dublin Sept. I'm going to die in the realm of chaos for nothing. For fucking nothing!
We don't know that yet, maybe. I fucking hope they're coming out.
I mean, if it's pure chaos, there's also a possibility that they've been elevated to demigod status and will burst out, destroying all leeches in the world.
Shoot. No, we can't leave. Oh,
Oh God, in that case, I hope Janet doesn't mind her pub name. I never got to tell her.
I don't even remember what it was.
Skinny Dips. I was going to call her Wet Pooch, but it's what Aaron thought her name should be, Skinny Dips.
Okay,
And well,
okay.
Tally, it won't be for nothing. I mean, this has caused a lot, but ridding an entire city of leeches, I think that's one of the biggest victories the Guru have had in a long time.
You suddenly sound very distant suddenly. But I could hear you, but it was just you faded out.
It sounded like you were moving away.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, it did.
Leaving the scene as you said it.
Yes.
Let's just say Shiva started walking in a direction then.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, Taliesin will nod, and a smile will appear, and then he'll say, we have some more phone calls to make. Shiva?
Yeah?
Get in contact with the Fae, with the banner, and let her know the situation. We need to do the same with the mages, and we need to get in contact with the Bastet to see what they've achieved, if anything.
Yeah. I'll do that.
Finna raises a hand. Question?
Yeah.
when we're done with all the phone calls, does anyone else feel like emptying the cash registers at Temple Bar?
Denison stops. Looks
It's
straight into his
each
back.
money anyway.
Straightens his back. And then breaks into a run in the opposite direction towards Temple Bar. and just shouting, "Weed money!"
Hey, it was my idea.
Yeah, he's gone.
Up as he pulls off, and I imagine Fenna bolting after him.
Yes.
Disclaimer: we do not in any way, shape, or form encourage the use of any kind of narcotics, however hard or soft.
Carolyn looks at Simba as she's leaving.
Yeah, she stopped at that.
The fuck?
Oh yeah. Shiva looks kind of sad, and she says, "I guess with everything that's happened, I'll have to go back to my old job."
Your old job.
Well, my employer kinda died.
You don't know.
Well, if we do get his things over, I don't have any problem running it, and you can keep it.
You should probably look into that soon, because Janet was working on that and she suddenly left.
I know.
I'll go call Abra.
Also real-
Have his number.
Didn't we all get his number?
Yeah, he
Yes,
gave.
yes, we did.
Yeah.
I was thinking that just realised the other reason we need to go back to Temple Bar is because we've got a couple of unconscious ghouls that need to be dealt with.
Yes. So you
Shit.
head upstairs and.
We're very bad at remembering to deal with these things.
Yes, well,
To be fair, Spencer
Connor
was-
just walked. Connor, nice. Connor is dead. Connell walked past them because he didn't mention actually having killed them or anything. He was in a bad mood when he left. So.
Connell, don't you fucking dare, or I will find you and I will end you.
Actually, that's because his player forgot. If Connell would most likely have murderized them.
So, what? I'm gonna turn up there and find two corpses.
Yeah. Probably.
No,
Okay.
that's up to John.
Well, okay. Let's say that he was so pissed that he just stomped off past them.
I owe you a massive, nice, goody thing. So yes, if I get there, is Fenna hot on my heels or is she with the others?
Hot in your heels.
Okay, as soon as we get there, I basically turn to you and tell you to raid the cash registers, and maybe if there's a safe, check that, and then I'm going to deal with the two ghouls.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Yay! Loot! She says.
Yes.
It was her idea.
It was, so she gets the honour of dealing with it.
Yep.
In the meantime, I think that means I'm going to go.
There is also a part of the litany that specifically states that the greatest part of the kill goes to the alpha. So.
Well, I did kill the big thing, so
Yeah.
that yeah.
But that means
That was the
greatest-
biggest part of the kill.
Yeah, but it specifically means that the spoils, to the victor go the spoils, and the victor is always represented first and foremost by the alpha.
Yeah.
Well,
By our kind of guy.
yeah, I will remind them of that as and when. Right now, the Child of Gaia has more Child of Gaia-y things on his
To
mind.
do, yeah.
Taryn just dumbstruck stares after them and then looks at Shiva. So what were we supposed to kill again?
Well, I'm calling Abra. I don't know if you, did he tell you to contact the mages? Because they
No,
seem
he
like...
ran off to get money.
Contact the mages then. I know they're more aligned with the get, but...
Yeah, I'll go do that.
And then Shiva fishes up her phone once more and dials Abra.
Well,
And Taryn goes to search for mages.
Yeah. all right. Well, let's deal with the situation with Avra first. It's not a problem. You get through to him, and
Hey, Abra,
yes.
this is Shiva.
Hello. Is there anything I can do?
Yeah.
Clean up crew, please. I'll
As far as we know, the war has ended. I should
Oh.
probably tell your Baron.
You don't sound thrilled. Did you win?
Victoria won, and in doing that, the vampires were destroyed. So
But wait. Wasn't she one of them?
I guess she's the only survivor, and she's long gone.
Okay. That
I'll probably explain this better in person.
right. Okay. I'll okay.
Just say you've got vengeance for Jocelyn. That's all you need to know.
Yeah. I'll if you're heading to the Bleeding Horse, I'll meet you there.
Would
Oh
it be
yeah,
alright?
we get to tell him that the last one got murderized horribly.
Yes. Would that be alright?
Yeah. If to meet you at the horse, yes, definitely.
Oh, and the one who led the attack on Jocelyn, we definitely ended him.
That is good. That is. Thank you. Sincerely, thank you.
Yeah. I'll meet you at the horse.
Yes. All right. So you go and take care of that, and in the
Yes.
meantime, Taryn heads up to the Longstone.
Yep. While dialing up Isha.
Yep.
Not that she wants Isha to go talk with the mages with her, just noting that the war is over because they're gone.
Yeah. Well, you let her know, and ouch! I've managed to scratch myself. That's a dumb thing to do.
It happens.
But yeah, you get to the pub.
Okay.
And they aren't there today, but the bartender recognizes you when you come in and says that he can leave a message
Oh, okay.
if you want.
Yep.
What do you want him to leave?
Yeah, she looks at him. She ponders, how much does this guy know? Would I be breaking the litany if I tell him something too directly?
Yeah. So
And
bits-
then
Tell him
she
you want
just
to meet
goes,
with them.
well, could you tell them that we have it under control again?
Yeah, sure, certainly.
She gives him 2 thumbs up. Thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
then turns around and leaves.
Yep.
Pretty happy with herself that she weren't too direct, which she usually is. If I had gone with her instinct, it would be, okay, tell them we killed all the vampires. And then just left.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
That would have been bad.
But she used her brains because she does have some.
Well, yeah. Well, that takes care of that as well.
And then she tries reaching Siobhan.
You get Siobhan on the telephone.
Oh, thank everything Gaia loves. You're okay. Well, at least you're breathing.
Well, yeah, more like that than okay, but
Good.
yeah, I guess.
Is everyone else somewhat alright?
No.
I figured. How many did we lose over there?
Well, it's probably easier to say who we have left.
Who?
There's Ross. There's me. There's Barden, but he's badly wounded. There's Mary. And I don't think Liffey's gonna make it. And that's it.
Don't tell Tally.
And that's it.
Jesus.
Rock died this morning. We haven't found Patrick. We think he's dead.
Fuck. I wish you could come out there for you. I learned how to heal. No, I
Please,
won't come here.
please tell me it wasn't for nothing.
There's no more leeches in the city at all.
Good.
They're all.
Good. Thank you. I have no idea how we did this. I have no idea. The Fae are gonna be pissed because they lost a lot out here. They lost a lot of their men out here.
We have new allies.
We have.
Hey,
I don't know how I'm going to. I've never been afraid of a fight. You know that, Taryn? You know me. You know I've never shied away from a fight.
I know.
I don't know how to cope with all of this.
Everything should at least be calming down now. It seems everything that happened started and ended with Victoria.
Did you get her?
She ran off. She's the reason all this started. She's the reason everything stopped.
And you have no idea where to find her?
She left Dublin for good.
And I'm sure she didn't leave a return address.
Nope. She told us everything, that she was the one who had all the fucking black spiral dances in on it, and she started talking to the McAlpins and set everything in motion and started all the attacks at Tara and had them make the fucking bubble around us too, so we needed to be cornered all the time so we would lash out. But she wanted us to win, so there would be nothing left here. She just wanted Connor.
So, that one monumental feckin' cow, that total, absolute, stinking, rotten piece of shite sacrificed this many lives to get to Connor.
Yep. Apparently he was the one who murdered her. So she hated him, and well, let me just put it in another way. I were lax around leeches before, because I thought of them as persons,
Yeah.
like everyone else, but apparently they have no crying shame. They have nothing toward other living beings or themselves. I consider myself reborn. Oh, Siobhan, you don't perchance love the song Molly Malone, do you?
I think most of us do.
Oh, you poor thing.
Why, what?
It's the song about Victoria. Her real name is Mary, and she was called Molly.
Aw, feck.
I thought
No.
you should know, so
Oh.
you at least don't sing the song with happiness anymore.
Oh, bollocks.
I kind of want to go tear down the statue, but you wanted that, so I'm just gonna let it stay there. Spite her. Maybe throw a mustache on her.
The biggest and most fondled tits in all of Dublin. Oh, didn't you know? You can't be a tourist in Dublin and not fondle Molly's titties.
Also, I hope you don't mind kitty litter.
Kitty litter. What?
Yeah.
Oh.
We talk with the Bastet in the city, and
What? We have there are Bastets in the city. What?
Yeah.
Since when?
A fawn, a cougar, a bobcat, and a cheetah, and there's one more coming. I think we saw it, and it was a.
All right.
You need to make it clear that they're the allies before they decide they need to get their murder bonus on again.
And I just told her that, Christopher, that we have new allies in the city.
I didn't hear that.
Me
Because
neither.
I'm ignorant.
I just heard that we talked to them.
And, well, they helped us a little. I don't know how much they got to help us before it all ended, but they were helping us.
Right.
Between you and me, and only you and me,
Yeah.
the man looks pretty good in human form. It's not against the litany liking him. I'm really not sure.
I think we should probably go with the whole don't fuck a Farah thing.
Good.
Just to be on the safe side.
All right.
But yeah, shite. This is. We have lost so many friends, and now that this is all over, Ross is going to be able to get reinforcements from elsewhere.
Oh, another tidbit.
Yeah.
To get you help, everyone else from this sept left through the Flux realm. They haven't shown up with you yet. They left this morning.
Right. I'll let Ross know as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go and do that right away.
She've already talked with Mary, and she
Yeah.
was gonna.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to deal with that. I'll stay in touch, okay?
Yes.
Be careful.
You
Please.
too.
She hangs up, and right as she does that, there's a message, a text message that goes into all of you from Connell.
Oh.
From Connell.
Uh-oh.
Sarah looks at it.
The message reads, Duracell down.
Wow.
Taryn immediately writes Siobhan, it's apparently gone, the bubble.
Yeah, she will forward it to Mary.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then she writes back to Connell, are you alright out there?
No answer.
Yeah, I tried. Taliesin, despite knowing it probably won't reach them, but being the desperate fool that he is, actually forwards the text to one of the members of the Dublin Sept.
Yeah, Finna is actually at some point when she's not looting, going to try to call Cat.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
then when that probably fails, try to call the phone that was given to Janet.
You get through on neither of them.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Well, you can call Taryn in there, but only Taryn.
Well, that is.
Well,
That's standard.
By the way, I don't know if everybody saw it, but I did put a link in the chat box.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like I said, just the way the lighting is. Just a little tinge of red around her lips. Like, oh,
Yes.
come on. The irony.
the irony, the
Yeah.
irony, true.
I know we are about to stop, but I will just say this because someone can remind me next time.
Yeah.
That Finna, after looting the cash register, is going to want to head back into the alley where we saw that black cat after losing the track of Nala.
Yeah, definitely. And yes, we are about to stop. Next time is going to be it's downtime between the stories sort of thing. So you have time to, I don't know, get gifts and just relax a bit and so on. You know, go and find the spirits in the Umbra that you need for your various gifts and just generally chill.
Yeah, I know what she was gonna do then.
And yeah, that's the thing. And on that note, seeing as this was it's not quite the end of the story, because that'll happen after next time when we just need to have one little thing detail in place first, so it's not quite the end of the story, but it's certainly
Like
the
the
end
fate
of
of our sept.
exactly. There is it is the end of a very major part of the storyline, obviously.
Oh yeah.
And for that reason, I'm going to. Well, I already showed you the link, but I'm just going to show the listeners that I'm going to end this on. I'm going to end this on an image of the tart with the cart, or the trollop with the scallops, who was the great enemy of this part of the campaign.
That is awesome.
The most fondled titties in Dublin.
Yes.
Thank
You'll
you
yet
for-
find her one day.
Thank you for an enjoyable evening, guys, and I hope you guys have liked it as well, those of you who are listening. And we will see you back here next time for more A Song of Tara. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.